Is there a realistic path to a $50 XRP? In this video, we're going to talk about what XRP can actually achieve in the short term. I think most people who really understand the XRP price chart understand that XRP gets extremely parabolic and has massive price appreciation in a short period of time. But one thing that is very hard to answer is exactly how high XRP can go if this was to happen. In this video, I plan to help answer that question, show you guys something absolutely fascinating that I think paints a realistic picture for a $40 to $50 XRP. Guys, this is a video you are not going to want to miss. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. Thank you to everyone who takes the time to like these videos and subscribe to the channel. These two simple things really do help me out so much. Also, if you have a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange Uphold down in the description of this video. With that said, though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, real quick, I am constantly getting questions about this, so I wanted to share it. If you are looking to get access to Ripple private equity and you're not an accredited investor, make sure to check out the Beyond Broke Mastermind group. This is going to be a great way to get deal flow on Ripple private equity. Guys, do not miss out on this. Go to the link in the description of this video to get your first month free. So with that said, let's jump into the charts. And as stated earlier, we're going to be talking about how realistic it is to see a $40 to $50 XRP. And guys, I want to paint some very interesting scenarios for you. So make sure to stick around for this whole thing. There's a lot of stuff we have to talk about here, a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different ratios. And to see the full picture, you really need to fully understand the thesis here. So I want to start off and just quickly show that XRP has obviously been consolidating for a while. This line right here at the end of this symmetrical triangle marks the last date for the SEC to appeal the Ripple SEC case. So it's been my fundamental theory that XRP probably trades sideways up until that moment. And then if the SEC does not appeal, I think we're going to have a massive moment of volatility. Just something to keep in mind. But I want to start off and just quickly zoom out and take a look at what XRP did before in the past and see how unrealistic a $50 XRP would look in comparison. Now, guys, what we can see is XRP has obviously already made an extremely parabolic move before. Let's take a look at the XRP price chart and draw a line in order to get a better idea of what XRP did before in the past. If we take a look at XRP's previous parabolic move, we can see XRP made about a 52,000% move. And if we were to just take the magnitude of that move and stack it up against XRP today, we can see that if XRP did the same exact thing, XRP would be at about $300. Now, I totally understand it's impossible to say, okay, well, XRP did this before, so we'll do it again. I don't think that's a good way of evaluating things. I think it's more likely that XRP probably does better than it did before, or not as good as it did before. But to expect the exact same thing, right? Obviously, that's no way to try to predict these markets. But what's so important to understand is XRP has done something like this before. It is fully capable, and if it did that again, we'd be at a $300 XRP. So let's draw this back to our conservative scenario. Now it seems conservative pegging it at $300 of XRP going to about $50. We would have to drop XRP's line all the way to down here. So that's a massive reduction in what we would expect. So we're not expecting XRP to do anything that it hasn't done before. In fact, we would be expecting XRP to do something significantly less than it's done before. And if we really just zoom out and take a look at XRP on a larger time frame, we can see that if XRP did something like this, it really wouldn't be out of the ordinary with how XRP moves. Now, that's just where I want to start this off, but I think there is some much more important things we need to fully understand. First of all, one of the things we've been watching on this channel is the XRP to Bitcoin ratio. This is something that has been a very powerful tool in the past in allowing us to predict XRP's parabolic moves. What we can see is that whenever XRP gets to the bottom of this zone, we normally see a massive parabolic move for XRP against Bitcoin. It bottomed once in 2014, ultimately went up a massive percentage once in 2017, came all the way to the top of this zone, again in 2020, came halfway up, and we just created another bottom here. Now the question is, what would XRP's price be if it was to max out this ratio? Where would XRP be sitting if the Bitcoin to XRP ratio once again went to the top, meaning XRP massively outperforming against Bitcoin? Well, guys, to start, we would need to take an approximate evaluation of what Bitcoin would be at when this happened. Typically, XRP makes its big move after Bitcoin breaks out past its previous all-time high. Right now, as you can see, Bitcoin is pretty much sitting at that level. It is sitting right at its previous all-time high. So in order for XRP to really go based on a historical standpoint, we need Bitcoin to make a move past its previous all-time high. What you can see based on this range is it's really not unrealistic to expect Bitcoin to break that 100K level and possibly push to 150 to 160K during this cycle. Is that a big if? Absolutely, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. Bitcoin is obviously at the lower end of this trend. It really hasn't gone parabolic since touching this previous all-time high, and typically it does go parabolic after breaking out of the previous all-time high. So that movement could easily bring it to the 150, 160K level, and ultimately I don't think that's out of the cards for Bitcoin. It's only about a double up and a half from where we sit right now. So if those are the levels we are talking about for Bitcoin, then where would XRP sit if we maxed out the XRP to Bitcoin ratio in terms of a historical context? If we were to see Bitcoin at around that 150 to 160K level, and XRP was to make this move against Bitcoin and come all the way to the top here, we would be looking at a $44 XRP. Now, guys, I find this extremely fascinating because I don't think an 150 to 160K Bitcoin is necessarily unrealistic. In fact, there has been a lot of investment firms, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, ARK Invest, who have all predicted higher. So I don't know if that's necessarily unrealistic. And as we can see, based on this XRP to Bitcoin ratio, I also don't think it's unrealistic to think that XRP has a very good chance of moving back to the top of this range. It has done it countless times before in the past. It oscillates between these two extremes. Sometimes XRP is extremely undervalued against Bitcoin, and sometimes it's extremely overvalued against Bitcoin. But where we just so happen to sit right now, XRP is extremely undervalued against Bitcoin, and that's why XRP's price would be going so parabolic. It typically, over time, goes to overvalued against Bitcoin and then re-oscillates back down. We are waiting for that oscillation to the top, and if it was to do that when Bitcoin was above 150K, we could see XRP trading at the $44 region. Now, guys, if we take a step back and relook at the XRP price chart, I would say that that once again does not look unrealistic. Based on XRP's movements in the past, I can definitely see XRP making a parabolic move like it did before, and then doing a couple years of sustained price action. That's just how XRP tends to move. Other cryptocurrencies, they have more gradual rises. They slowly move up. I know nothing seems slow in crypto, but in comparison to XRP, everything moves slow. XRP likes to price in all the momentum, all the bullishness, all at once. And what we can see is if you compare the XRP to Bitcoin ratio, if you compare a realistic price prediction for XRP according to multiple conservative investment firms, and take a look at what XRP can possibly do on its own chart, then we can see that I don't believe that a $40 to $50 XRP should be something that is taken off the table. In my opinion, most of the people who are betting on a $10 XRP are taking an ultra conservative route. Take a look at a $10 XRP right here. It barely gets above its previous all-time highs. If we take a look at what XRP did before in the past, it far exceeded its previous all-time highs and kept going. So I don't think it's crazy to think that XRP can ultimately achieve those mid two-digit numbers. And like I said, this is all just a projection. It's all just forecasting. But ultimately, this should at least show you that on the XRP price chart, it doesn't look absurd. It doesn't look crazy. In fact, it looks more conservative than what XRP has done before in the past. And if you take into account that Bitcoin likely has more room to run this bull market, you take into account that Bitcoin almost always greatly surpasses its previous all-time high, and that's where XRP makes its big move. And if you take into account that XRP almost always maxes out on the XRP to Bitcoin ratio, all of these things are telling us that a $40 to $50 XRP could be in play. Guys, I'll preface this all by saying, ultimately, XRP needs to be successful. None of these charts are magic. None of these things are going to happen if there's a hack on the XRP ledger and XRP ultimately fails, it goes down. XRP is unsuccessful. Now, everything I am seeing is to the contrary. XRP looks stronger than ever. We have more amendments coming than ever before, more builders, more institutions using XRP, legal clarity around the corner. And for me, this all but confirms that the market has not realized yet that XRP should not be undervalued against Bitcoin. Right now it is compared to the historical ratio. I believe when the market starts to understand all the things that I just said, XRP will go to overvalued against Bitcoin, just like it has done multiple times in the past. And in that moment, we are going to see an XRP price that far exceeds most people's expectations. Guys, we'll see what happens, but I hope this at least shows you that the idea of a $40 to $50 XRP isn't necessarily crazy. It's not necessarily absurd, and we could actually look at a lot of historical context to come to that conclusion without having to make any crazy assumptions. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and for now, Mickle out.